defensive players. Divac has developed, and not only does he give you points, but he gives you shot blocking as well as steals. When you think of Sam Perkins, you're talking about a quality guy who's going to get you 15 to 16 points every night, and then one of the premier defensive players at 3 positions, small forward, big forward, as well as center. 2 quality guys added to that first unit.
Mike Dunleavy told us this afternoon there are 2 key areas of Boston that concern him.
Well, you know, when you think of the Celtics this year, you're thinking of quickness, open floor transition basketball. Now, that is going to put a premium on the Lakers getting back quickly. But in the half-court sets, Boston is a little fearful. Can they execute? L.A. said we must take away the pick-and-roll game, because they complete the passes under pressure.
Oh, we've got a dandy on tap tonight. Now, Boston has not had much success here in the Forum. In fact, they have lost 4 straight. Their last victory here in Los Angeles came back on February 16th, 1986. We'll have the lineups and the tip-off coming up. But when we come back, it'll be Ernie Johnson in our studios in Atlanta.
Ernie Johnson back in our Atlanta studio. Game 2 of our Friday night doubleheader is just ahead. The Boston Celtics visiting the Los Angeles Lakers. In case you missed the news earlier tonight about the trade involving the Milwaukee Bucks and the Seattle Supersonics, well, they swapped a couple of shooting guards. We've got Dale Ellis going from Seattle to Milwaukee, and the Bucks send Ricky Pierce out to Seattle. And so now that Seattle lineup has 2 of the best 6th men in the game. Eddie Johnson and Ricky Pierce team together now as Seattle Supersonics. As far as the action on the court tonight in the NBA, the Denver Nuggets were visiting the Meadowlands Arena to take on the New Jersey Nets. And look at this play by Terry Mills. Man, the only guy with more flexibility than that is Gumby, I'm afraid. What a great shot on the feed from Drazen Petrovic. Career night, Derek Coleman, 42 points as New Jersey breezes. These guys scored 140 the other night, 138 tonight as they crushed Denver by 28. The Washington Bullets and the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas in the lead right now. Orlando Blackman, one of the keys, gets the 3-point play to go for him there. It is a 94-83 lead. Dallas over Washington as they have gone to the 4th period. The Milwaukee Bucks and Charlotte Hornets. Earlier this season, the Hornets beat them in November in overtime. Tonight, it's Milwaukee in OT at Charlotte by a score of 106-103. Alvin Robertson had 24 points. The game you saw earlier tonight here on TNT, Cleveland holding off the New York Knicks for a 90-85 victory. The Minnesota Timberwolves and Los Angeles Clippers just set to tip it off at the LA Sports Arena. And the Utah Jazz and the Portland Trail Blazers in their 3rd meeting of the year. They have split the previous 2. Of course, we'll be going out to Nicole Watson at Jack and Dan's Tavern a little bit later on tonight during Game 2 of our doubleheader. And Game 2 is just ahead. The Boston Celtics and the LA Lakers. It's our doubleheader feature on TNT.
Tonight's NBA game is brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers, with that distinctively clean, crisp, cold taste. Nothing beats a Bud. And by Jeep and Eagle, official vehicles of the NBA.
A new high-output 4-liter engine. Anti-lock brakes. And exclusive shift-on-the-fly, full-time 4-wheel drive. Make Jeep Cherokee the ultimate vehicle for the hustle and bustle of everyday life.
Save $700 on new 1991 Jeep Cherokees. Born of the finest natural ingredients, then brewed and aged with extra care for that clean, crisp, cold taste. The taste only Budweiser can deliver.
Nothing beats a Budweiser.
The king of beers.
Nothing beats a Bud.
In trying to make an artistic statement, one should be careful not to let one's personal aroma do the talking. In order not to offend the critics, I recommend Right Guard Sports Stick. It provides maximum protection and the freshest scents, a sublime palette of odoriferous emanations. After all, a true artiste should be remembered for his inspiration, not his perspiration. Right Guard Sports Stick. Anything less would be uncivilized.
The Great Western Forum, a sellout crowd is on hand for tonight as the Lakers take on the Celtics. Let's take a look at our Jeep Eagles starting lineups. First of all, for the Boston Celtics, they come in with the second-best record in the NBA at 37-12. Gamble inverted the forwards. Parrish at center. Reggie Lewis and Brian Shaw will be manning the backcourt. And the coach in his first year, fourth rookie head coach to coach an All-Star game, Chris Ford. Now for the home Los Angeles Lakers, it is Sam Perkins. He is playing with a sore left foot. James Worthy at forward. Vlade Divac at center. Byron Scott, a new daddy, a new baby boy yesterday. And Magic Johnson will be at the other guard. And one of the greats from South Carolina, Mike Dunleavy, 19-3 since January 1st, was January NBA Coach of the Month. And the Lakers, a perfect record here at home. 14-0, a 14-win streak here. They are 21-4 overall. They are very difficult to play. Played Minnesota on Wednesday night following their defeat Tuesday to the hands of the Phoenix Suns. And Boston has lost 4 consecutive games here at the Forum. Their road record, 14-8. But they have won 3 straight on the road, 5 straight overall. We'll be looking at matchups early on, Hubie Brown, on just the Sam Perkins situation, James Worthy, who can guard whom and all that.
Well, I think the toughest matchup right now for the Celtics will be Gamble on Worthy. If I'm LA, I'm going to naturally test them because Worthy is their #1 shot producer, usually averaging at about 19 shot attempts a game. They will go at Gamble because Gamble cannot play him one-on-one. It will force the Celtics to double team, and let's see what happens.
Well, the game hasn't even started. We have our first substitution. AC Green will be starting for Sam Perkins. Perkins did not play Wednesday against Minnesota. Took a lot of treatment yesterday. The Lakers did not practice yesterday. Boston, they played last night in Golden State and had a very impressive win, to say the least, without Kevin McHale. And kudos went to Ed Pinckney and Kevin Gamble from the coaching staff. Man, we are set. Vlade Divac really coming on as of late for the Lakers, and Robert Parrish jumping center.
This is going to be a real test tonight, Ron. Whether the Celtics can execute and get the ball to where they want it to go, high percentage shots, versus this excellent half-court defensive team.
Parrish pushing his way over Vlade Divac. Divac tries to get the rebound. It comes down in the hands of Magic Johnson. The Lakers are running. Quick pull-up. Bird had it, couldn't hold on to it. And here come the Celtics. Lewis, fall away off the glass, won't go down. Scott with the rebound, out with to Johnson.
In this building, the Celtics will push hard on all misses and steals. The only time that they will not force the action is after you score a field goal.
Vlade Divac looked at the 3, decided not to take it.
This is tough right here.
Shot clock down to 4. Worthy loses the handle. Another turnover for the Lakers. Lewis, the big step, has to dish it off to Kevin Gamble. His baseline jumper won't go down. We have played over 1 minute and 5, and we have no score.
Well, we're getting good shots at the basket at both ends. Now, they are not going to double team until Magic gets into the paint.
And there it is. Johnson, no place to go, has to kick it out to Worthy with 5 on the shot clock. He can't get it to go, and the Celtics are running, and this is what they do best. Shaw all the way with the left hand.
Well, they're quite acrobatic out in the open floor, and by that, I just don't mean Shaw. We're talking Lewis and Gamble. They do take a lot of shots off the wrong foot, but they do knock them down at a high percentage. Now, this is a tough cover, Ron. Magic with his back to the basket.
Now Worthy spins around Lewis baseline. We've got a foul, says Greg Willard.
Anytime that you play Worthy down in that post area on the right side of the floor, you must be prepared for him spinning to the baseline. He's going to keep you honest because everyone knows he wants to get into the lane for that lefty baby hooker to dunk.
Celtics 5-2. We have played 2 minutes in the first quarter. LA has won 22 of their last 25. Scott up top. Green looks inside of Vlade Divac. Parrish cuts it off. Vlade steps out. Another turnover for the Lakers. Turnover number 2.
Well, Divac is very difficult to guard, especially out from the basket, because he's so quick with the reverse spins. Handles the ball extremely well.
Boston Celtics, their best record after 49 games since 1986-87. Inside of Robert Parrish.
Oh, what a pass! That was just a very casual left-handed bounce pass, threading the out-of-bounds line.
Very casual. Worthy tries to go up the left hand. Lewis knocks it out. It'll be long on the Lakers with 13 on the shot clock.
Well, that's James Worthy's pet move into the lane. Take a check here now on Bird. Watch how casually he drops it down with the left hand. Look at this. Very casual to the man coming underneath the basket. Beautiful move by the Birdman.
We've got a break in the action as we look at Larry Bird. The clock high above the forearm has 9-7 on it. So we don't know if it's a 1, 2, 3, or 4.
He takes the pressure off. Larry Bird takes the pressure off of your point man. Your point man does not have to be that great of a passer or a setup guy in your half-court offense, because for all the years that he's been in the league, the majority of the offense runs through Bird. So once you go to Bird, he will then come up and he will sort out what you're running and make the proper pass.
And some offensive success for the Boston Celtics. You see first in field goal, first in free throw, second in victory margin, and fifth in assists. That helps success. Back to live action. Divac underneath, forces it up and gets it to go down.
Vlade Divac is playing with a lot of confidence right now at the offensive end of the floor, shooting 58%.
That's third best in the NBA. Now it is Bird. He'll launch it up from outside. I think Worthy may have gotten a little piece of that as the Celtics still lead it by 2. 9 minutes remaining in the first. Divac doesn't get it, but he draws the foul.
See, when they come down the floor on the fast break, the Lakers, you must get to Vlade Divac. He can hit the jump shot out past the top of the circle. Now we're talking a 22-foot threat. If you come up and play him too tight, he's very quick off the dribble, and he loves to spin down inside. He has many moves with either hand going to the rim.
What a game he had against Minnesota. 18 points, 13 rebounds, a career high 6 blocks to go along with 4 steals. The fans at the Forum gave him a standing ovation, and he just had the big smile and even did a little dance on the far side.
Well, the coaching staff of the Celtics very concerned about the half-court execution. Will they be able to run their picks and their continuity and get the high percentage shot?
We're tied at 4, 8:40 left in the first. Bird doesn't get it. Divac, rebound number 3 already. Mason Green.
You must get back in this building. There's still a part of showtime.
That's right. Some of the fans thought it was slow time at the beginning of the season, but the Laker fast break has always been in Mike Dunleavy's playbook. Foul was on Vlade Divac. That is his first personal foul. First team foul. Mike Dunleavy from South Carolina.
Already the Celtics are straining. They are really not getting good shot opportunities.
Shaw tries to force it up, has to dish it off underneath the Parrish, and the Chief gets 2.
2 guys are a main key off the dribble tonight for the Celtics, Shaw and Larry Bird, because once they get inside, they will distribute the basketball for the easy shot opportunities.
Magic backing in on Shaw. Bird on Divac. Magic for 3, doesn't get it. The Boston coaching staff told us they'll take their chances with Shaw one-on-one defensively on Magic.
Well, you see, he does a nice job bumping Magic.
Byron Scott flips up the 3, won't go down. Larry Bird with the rebound.
Now, the Lakers shoot 9 to 10 threes a game.
The Boston Celtics shoot 52%, as you saw, first in the NBA because they get those high percentage shots, as Parrish now has 6.
For all young sinners who are out there watching this game tonight, whatever level you're playing, you are seeing the Celtics break the defense down off the dribble. Every time Parrish's man leaves him, he goes right to the front of the rim, and that's where he's getting the passes.
Parrish now with 7. Celtics lead it by 3, 7-19 in the first.
But Byron really struggling. Maybe he was up late, you know, with his wife giving birth to a healthy baby boy.
Bird waits for Divac to come out, and then he nails it. Bird talks to Vlade on the way down. Celtics by 5, biggest lead of the ball game, inside of 7. Divac underneath. Oh, and he's stuck by Robert Parrish. what a block by the Chief.
4 on 2.
To Bird.
Nice.
To Shaw. To the glass and to the basket.
Beautiful shot that time by Shaw, but he should have continued his run to the rim, and he would have had an uncontested layup. Let's go back to that shot block by Parrish. Hey, the Celtics are there defensively because they are the #1 shot blocking team in this league.
Let me tell you some great news about Eagle Talon.
First, let me tell you, it's pouring outside. And this all-wheel drive is terrific on a wet road.
Well, that's the news.
And that's the weather. Good night.
Eagle Talon TSI all-wheel drive was named one of the year's best buys. It's incredible what you get. Acceleration, styling, handling.
You're making quite an issue of it.
So did current driver.
The reason Robert isn't leaving is not because he doesn't want to be beaten on the basketball court. It's because he doesn't want to be beaten at home.
If you know of or suspect a case of child abuse, do something about it. No one wins with child abuse.
Saturday on TBS, the Sonics fly into Atlanta for a coast-to-coast collision with Dominique and the Hawks. Seattle and Atlanta, live at 8:05 Eastern on TBS, Saturday night.
Always talented, not always recognized. TNT puts together a month of groundbreaking films, rare shorts, and hidden treasures. TNT celebrates Black History Month with a salute to great black performers. All this month on TNT.
Celtics by 7, 6:36 in the first, the block.
This is an example of the Celtics half-court defense now. You can see now an excellent move. Terrific block by Parrish. Now, any time that in this league that you average right around 8 shot blocks a game, you know, you're changing a lot of shots. They're the ones you get, but how about the intimidation on the ones that you do not get?
Boston shooting 55%, LA just 25%. Magic ups that.
That was an excellent timeout by Mike Dunleavy. We said at the top of the show, they're very concerned about the Celtic transition game. You must get back defensively tonight if you are a Laker.
Well, that stops a 9-0 Celtic run, but they still lead it by 5, 6-10 in the first. Lewis, little ball away off the back of the iron, and the Chief is there for his 9 point.
Every basket that the Chief has made, he has been standing under the rim or a foot away.
Worthy gets away from Kevin Gamble for his first 2 of the ball game, and that's one of the matchups you talked about, Huey.
That's a tough cover.
AC guarding Larry Bird. Larry comes up about 6 inches short, 4th rebound. Here comes Magic. To Scott. Doesn't get it. Bird actually elevates for a rebound over AC Green.
Scott is struggling. All open shots, though. He has not forced one.
Kevin Gamble from the baseline. He too misses, and now Magic will run showtime. 4 on 4. To the hole. Easy.
See, Magic will take it all the way to the rim if you do not stop him or bump him and make him pick up his dribble.
Divac putting the chest up on Parrish. Parrish tries for the hook, but we have a whistle and a foul.
Now, this is vintage Parrish. We're going to show you the replay down inside. See, Parrish always takes his time. He's got to bump, and then make the big sweeping hook. Now, if you are Vlade in this situation, you're not going to block that shot. Parrish is 7'1" with the long arms, and he's going to make the extension. He has a perfect hook shot where he's taking advantage of the arc. So what you try to do is get it before he gets it up above his chest, and that's what Vlade did, but he picked up the foul.
And that is Vlade Divac's second personal foul. He was replaced by Michael Thompson. In case you're wondering if foul problems are a problem for the Lakers, they've only lost 5 players to disqualification this year. Sam Perkins has 2 of them, so they're not prone to fouling out. Parrish gets them both. He has 11 already of the Celtics' 17 points. Worthy tries to get the pass into Michael Thompson. It wasn't looking.
Well, he was looking for Thompson to roll, but they held Thompson up that time.
Parrish, speaking of rolling right around about James Worthy? My goodness.
I tell you, Robert, he's 37 years old. Tonight he looks like he's about 25, a young colt.
The oldest player in the league.
Didn't they play last night? He played 36 minutes last night.
And against Seattle, he had 20 points and 12 rebounds. The first game of this road trip, Byron Scott over the outstretched hands of Reggie Lewis.
Well, Byron must come in with a good night. You can see in the early going that the Celtics are double teaming everything down inside. Byron is the open man. He's just got to come in with a little hot streak here.
Saw a little dipsy doodle out front. Then he cuts inside of the paint.
Now that was a tough shot. That's what I meant when I said earlier, acrobatic in the lane.
Scott looking for Magic. Almost a good defensive play by Shaw. Lewis picks him up. So does Parrish. Magic wanted a foul. It was a pretty good looking flop.
Yeah, he wanted that one. There's definitely body contact.
Lewis. Worthy had the rebound. Had a tip by Bird, but it will belong to the Lakers.
Interesting call. Now watch Magic on this replay. He's going to take you down inside here now. Spin move. Fake, fake, fake. Now watch the bump. See, he wanted it on the bump, and he also wanted it on the strip.
And he got neither. Shot clock at 7. Worthy on Lewis. Shaw looking for the double team. There it is. Leaves Magic open for the 3 with 1 on the shot clock, and he buries it.
Like we said earlier, this is an excellent three-point shooting team.
Johnson 32% on the year is 100% tonight. Celtics by 4. 3:10 in first.
Pick and roll for Bird. Nice.
Parrish, baseline. Somebody cool this young man off.
Well, you can see Bird does not have to come off the pick and roll. You can come over, set the pick and slide like Parrish did, just as effective.
15 first quarter points for Robert Parrish. Worthy, a little finger roll. Bird with the rebound.
I think that Worthy is respecting the double team a little bit too much. I think he should attack it early.
Excellent move by Brian Shaw, who takes the big step. The right-hander goes down. He has 8. Celtics playing extremely well. Worthy on Bird. The left hand goes down.
There you go. That's James. See, I like it when James makes the catch and reacts quickly into the lane. That way you're beating the double team before it gets there.
6-point Celtic lead nearing the 2-minute mark of the first quarter as Sam Perkins up off Los Angeles' bench and Larry Bird drains it too.
Worthy was just a fraction too late. He got caught on a pick down in the lane.
The young players of Boston responding so far, and that concerned Chris Ford early in the game. Worthy shot, rolls around and drops.
Well, if you notice, the last 4 times down, they've had a different guy on Worthy. It's been Gamble, Lewis, Bird, and even Shaw one time. It's interesting. They're giving him a lot of different looks.
Sam Perkins went back to the Los Angeles bench as Ed Pinckney comes up off the Boston bench. He will check in.
Plenty of time here. 8 seconds on the clock.
Thompson.
The Chief wearing you out.
That's the Social Security group there with Thompson and the Chief.
Just bumping and looking, bumping and looking.
One of those two get hurt, they'll have to call medicals. Old catch game with Magic and James Worthy. The same move for Worthy and the same result.
Just gorgeous, just gorgeous. He likes to dunk, he likes to scoop, and he has the left knee hook.
6-point Celtic lead inside of a minute. What a pass from Bird to Parrish, and he gets it. Oh!
A little dipsy do brought it all the way to his knees with a scooper.
A quick touch pass by Larry Bird.
Once again, Bird was double teamed. Parrish did a front of the rim.
Whistle and a foul. The basket won't go down. And we've got a timeout. 46.2 seconds remain to be played in the first quarter, and the Lakers trail the Celtics by 8. We'll be back.
This good boy shares what he has with the rest of his class. This bad boy doesn't. There's only one Jeep Cherokee Sport.
Save $700 on new 1991 Jeep Cherokees.
How'd you like to make a bet? If you like living it up in places like Atlantic City and Las Vegas, I bet this Players Club card will save you big. In places like the Sands, Atlantic City, and the Riviera, Las Vegas, up to 60% less on hotel rooms, 50% less for shows, and always 25% less for meals and drinks. So call Players Club now. Players Club, it's a sure thing.
New members get 2 free nights in Las Vegas or Atlantic City when the club books their flights. Call toll-free now.
Celtics lead at 31-23, courtesy of Robert Parrish, as he has 19 points, 8 of 9 from the floor, 8 in a row, with 46 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Now appreciate the pass down inside the Bird, and watch how Michael Thompson just changes. See, he just looked, and there goes Parrish right to the front of the rim. Now, that basket right there, Boston has scored 25 of their 31 points are within 10 feet of the basket. That's just excellent penetration, either with the pass or the dribble, and then the next pass to the free man.
In case you're wondering what the quarter scoring record is for the Boston Celtics, it is Larry Bird with 24 points back in March of 1983. How about that? Parrish 4 less than the Lakers, 23-19. Celtics lead at 31-23, 46.2.
You know, Ron, when you play the Celtics, they are very big in the first quarter and very big and explosive in the third quarter. All throughout their championship years in the 80s, they are an outstanding club in coming out and being totally focused once they leave that locker room. That will be the main thing. To me, it's the third quarter. You focus in tonight if you're a Laker guy, and if you can neutralize them in that third quarter, you'll be fine.
Sam Perkins has checked into the lineup as we go to the free throw line, and Magic Johnson, he gets the first. You talked about scoring big in the first quarter. The Boston Celtics, they've outscored their opponents in that first quarter by 139, in the third by 169.
How about the Magic, man, shooting right at 92%, right on the foul line? Talk about developing your game. When you first came into the league, was adequate. Each year got better and better and better.
Trailing Jeff Hornacek of the Phoenix Suns. Bird, what a right-handed shot. He saw the foul and just said, why not? Why not?
As soon as he felt that hand on his hip, he knew as soon as he heard that whistle, that shot was going up. Just keep an eye on it. See the hand right on him? As soon as he felt that hand, he was throwing it up. No way was he passing the ball.
Talk about pretty good free throw shooters. How about Larry Bird in his career? 88% so far this season.
Come on, this is a bad year for him. Last
exactly.
Year, 93.
Led the league.
He won the free throw percentage thing 4 times during his career.
Also had 71 straight last year. Of course, Calvin Murphy has the record at 78. 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Celtics lead it by 8. They have come on big. They have come on strong. Magic, good pass to Worthy. Gets Parrish up in the air, and he drops it.
I like that move. They're saying, if you're going to double team us, let me give the ball to James Worthy in the open floor.
16 seconds left. Boston will go for one shot. Keep your eye on Bird. Parrish trying to sneak behind Thompson. Shaw will throw it up, won't go down. Parrish there for the follow. Count it. And at the buzzer, Worthy throws it off harmlessly off the backboard. 12 minutes have been played at the Forum in Inglewood, and it is all the Boston Celtics. They lead at 35-27. Quarter number 2 is next.
Three reminders from a leader in four-wheel drive and all-wheel drive technology. 1. Don't try this without the advantage of four-wheel drive. 2. Don't try this without the advantage of all-wheel drive. And 3. Don't try 1 or 2 without the advantage of Jeep or Eagle.
Before building personal computers for networks, Compaq thinks about you, about the kind of people you work with, and the number how information moves and how fast it goes. This is why Compaq was first to put the performance of an impersonal computer system into a personal computer system, and why so many companies run their PC networks with the high performance of Compaq, to give more power to more people, and more people, and more people. Compaq. It simply works better.
Yo, Mars Blackman, here with the lattice lamp. I am the genie on the lamp. I'm granting you just one wish.
What should I wish for? Do you know?
$1 million?
Nah, tax problem.
A new car?
Can't drive. I got it.
A wop babaloo mop bam boom!
Look, Mom, I can fly. I like that, Genie.
I am the greatest!
For them, the war may be over, but their fight has just begun.
You haven't had the best of breaks since you got back.
Frederick March, Harold Russell, winner of 7 Academy Awards. The best years of our lives. Saturday on TNT. A TNT exclusive premiere miniseries. The epic story of Catherine the Great, the marriage of torment and madness, the affairs of state. Young Catherine. Sunday at 8 Eastern on TNT.
It was the Robert Parrish show in the first quarter. 35-27, the Lakers by 8. He has done it all.
Let's check this 37-year-old guy in his 15th year. How about that for a shot clock? Then we've been saying all night long, he moves so well to the glass. See him picking up the offensive rebound because of the long arms. We're talking about wingspan here. And now watch how he fools James Worthy by spinning to the baseline. Robert at its best.
There's the numbers on Parrish. 21 points, 2 rebounds, add 2 blocks to that. Pretty good first quarter as Terry Teagle has checked into the lineup for the Lakers. And it Pinckney for Boston as Teagle throws up his first shot of the night. Perkins with the rebound.
See, in spite of it all, you're only down 8. If you're the Lakers.
Michael Thompson won't go down. Magic battles for the rebound into the hands of Larry Bird.
The reason why I said that is because they're getting excellent shot opportunities. They're just missing wide open shots.
That time, Michael Thompson fronted Robert Parrish. Sam Perkins came from behind as we look at scores from around the NBA this evening. Ernie Johnson, of course, on our Prudential halftime report. We'll update you on scores and highlights. Inside of 10 on the shot clock. Here comes Magic with the double team.
Bad spacing here. They had 3 guys in the same area.
Campbell, no place to go. The shot at the buzzer won't go down. Thompson. They've got Teagle on the left, Perkins on the right. Magic holds it up.
Terry Teagle struggled early this year, but he's got his game together now, and he's giving them 9 points off the bench. Doing an excellent job.
Thompson wants the ball. He is guarded by Bird. Worthy kicks it back out.
See, Terry Teagle last year at Golden State played 29 minutes a game. A lot of guys have difficulty when your time is reduced to 15, 16 minutes. Can you come in and with that instant being hot?
Larry Bird with a tough 2, won't get it. Teagle wants the ball on the left. Magic wheels and deals.
Yeah, I like the way Magic's thinking. He's saying, you're going to stop me off the dribble or I'm scoring.
The Celtics have found a cold spot. Lakers within 4. Teagle puts it up over Gamble.
Chris Ford, 20-second timeout. Excellent. Anytime you're on the road, you want to stop the roar of the crowd, try to get the fans out of the game. 20-second timeout. Chris is very upset with his transition defense, and also he's talking to Shaw, and I think he's telling him, don't get swept up in playing Magic Johnson one-on-one. And by that I mean right here. See, Magic is taking Shaw. He'll spin on him, take him right down inside. Then, as soon as the Celtic inbounded the ball, Shaw launched a 20-foot jump shot at the other end. You're on the road, you have to play more close to the vest.
And the Celtics find themselves now only up by 2. Chris Ford says his team is more focused with Larry Bird out on the court. And right now, Larry Bird is still on the court. He is followed by Parrish, Gamble, Sean Pinckney.
Well, without McHale, they need major minutes tonight from Bird and Parrish.
Oh, what a pass to Parrish, he doesn't get the shot to go down.
That might have been one of Robert's easiest tries tonight.
Worthy, the finger roll again won't go down. The Celtics running to Gamble.
Bad pass.
He loses the handle. Boston still has it, says Hugh Evans.
That was too hard of a pass. That should have been a bounce pass in that situation. Keep an eye on, we're going to give you a replay. Watch Bird come off this curl. Blind pass over the head, right to Parrish. See, they catch Thompson moving.
And Gamble in the near corner to Bird. Oh, makes the catch and flips it up.
Larry's doing it all tonight. He's holding nothing back.
I'll tell you, it's his first back-to-back game, too, and they said they were going to ease him back in. Ease him. He's been 40 minutes, 37 minutes.
Hey, when it's L.A. and Boston, the adrenaline is going. Come on, the Birdman wants 46 minutes tonight, and he'll worry about Denver on Sunday.
Exactly right. And Joe Klein is going to come into the lineup, and Robert Parrish, a well-deserved rest, and this is the role of Joe Klein. The sixth-year player out of Arkansas, first-round pick back in '85.
Joe's been giving him solid minutes. He usually plays about 11 minutes of the game, gets in there, takes his fouls, puts a good body. You're talking about a horse in there. He goes 255, 260.
Well, the Lakers on their board put a real banger next to his name, and that is exactly what he does. Larry Bird, 5 rebounds tonight. Gamble on Teagle. Backing him in. He likes to go to his left. Go down.
He's been leaving the ball short tonight. The shot is going up, but he's not following through.
37-33, 8:55 left in the first half. And Tony Smith up off the bench for the Lakers.
You have Pinckney guarding Worthy now. This is interesting. Bird on Perkins.
Perkins with that sore left foot puts it up, and he is fouled on the play. And that'll bring into the lineup Tony Smith, the rookie out of Marquette, second-round pick in the '90 draft, and also D. Brown, winner of the slam dunk contest. And we'd like to remind you, at the conclusion of tonight's game, UB and I will be selecting the Budweiser player of the game. D. Brown wearing number 7, the rookie out of Jacksonville.
I like what Magic Johnson had to say about Sam Perkins. It's really, really nice. He said he's as consistent as the sun rising in New York. He said 16 points, 8 rebounds, excellent defense up front. Nice.
Figure somebody in Hollywood would come up with lines like that. Byron Scott says the reason they are playing so well this year is Sam Perkins, period. We talked about chemistry. Byron Scott just says, it's Sam Perkins. Perkins has 1. The Lakers pull within 3. 8:35 left in the second.
Worthy on Bird now. Now this is going to make Bird work very, very hard out of the sets because Worthy with that excellent quickness.
And he is in Larry Bird's shorts right now. Bird forces it up. Oh, he doesn't get it to drop. To Perkins. Into the hands of Terry Teagle and a new 24.
See, you must continue to force the action if you're L.A. Boston played a 128-point win last night up at Golden State, so the pace was quick. You want to wear them down in that fourth quarter.
Perkins looks where the three-point line is, puts it up, about a foot off. Nope, Teagle is there for the follow.
Sam Perkins is an excellent three-point shooter. He's shooting the highest of anyone on the Lakers at 39%.
In practice, he spends about 15 minutes a day doing it. D. Brown dishes off to Pinckney, who let it fly.
They lucked out on that. The Celtics spacing on the perimeter has not been very good. 2 guys are getting caught in the same area, so that means 1 defensive guy can play 2.
Teagle, the big step with the right hand, will go down. Thompson battles back.
Joe Klein, you got to do a better job, Joe. You got to put a body on him.
And Brown turns it over into the hands of Tony Smith. 3-on-1. They've got Klein to beat.
Nice pass by Smith. A look away to the left side. Now, the last 2 Boston Celtic fast breaks have resulted in turnovers, both because the guy in the middle refused to throw a bounce pass in congestion. Now watch this. See, you're trying to thread a needle. No good. Put the ball down on the floor. That way you can get it through to the guy cutting to the basket. Beautiful pass there by Tony Smith.
Obviously, the foul was on Klein as James Worthy connects his first free throw tonight. He has 11 points, averaging 21. Leads the Lakers in scoring.
You know, you look at James and you say, how many guys have been the MVP in the NBA championships and then also MVP of the Final Four?
We've got a loose ball foul, and that'll be on Smith. His first personal. He really kicks it in the playoffs. As Lonnie Divac comes back into the lineup. Reggie Lewis came in for Larry Bird. Divac comes in. Thompson goes out. A.C. Green comes in. And that'll bring James Worthy out of the lineup. So Worthy will sit down with 11 points to the round of applause from the crowd here at the Forum. A little pressure now put on by the Lakers. Now they back off.
We basically have second unit versus second unit out here now.
Steve Brown has to dish it off to Lewis. Has a chance to shoot with everybody else on the bench, and he doesn't get it.
They've got to get Reggie Lewis in the flow. He does not have enough shot attempts for this period of the ballgame.
Reggie Lewis told me before the game he needed to be more aggressive because Byron Scott did an excellent job in the first meeting between these two, in which the Lakers rolled over Boston. Perkins with the left hand.
Long arms, a sweeping hook. He's excellent down there on that baseline.
Crowd yelling defense. We are tied at 39. The only Laker lead was at 6-4. Gamble.
There you
go. So Kevin Gamble, who has seen time in Portland, in the Philippines, and in the CBA, his first two.
They're going to play two-man basketball here now with Teagle and Perkins. They chase that one away.
Pinckney and Perkins bumping. The double team comes over by Brown. Shot clock at 5. Shot clock at 3. Shot clock at 1 as Divac lets it go. Lewis holds it up. D. Brown just inside of the 3 line. Won't go down. Teagle with the board. We've got a whistle and a foul as Ed Pinckney goes hard to the court.
That was very aggressive play there. You know, both guys have to be commended. They went in there, got locked up, and naturally when you're a smaller man, you always like to drop those 6'9" guys to the floor.
Celtics by 2.
I spent the last 20 years trying to buy clothes to hide my thighs, and now I'm showing them off.
These tapes really put great biceps on me. I even show off to my husband. Say, look at that, honey.
You, too, can get in shape in only 8 weeks with a Sports Illustrated Super Shape Up program, a free video workout system sponsored by Diet Pepsi. Taste the right one. It features Sports Illustrated swimsuit models Elle McPherson, Rachel Hunter, and Cheryl Teagues. Call now. You'll start off with Stretch and Strengthen with Elle McPherson, which will have you feeling stronger and more flexible. Then move up to Body Sculpting with Rachel Hunter to help tighten up those stubborn areas that don't go away. And finally, Aerobic Interval Training with Cheryl Teagues, which helps your body burn calories and fat more efficiently. Call for the Super Shape Up program, all for 3 monthly payments of $19.95 each, or use your credit card. With payment, you'll get free equipment, hand weights, and a jump rope. So call now.
My clothes were fitting looser and looser, and I started feeling real good about myself.
Sam Perkins has shot only 50% once in his career. This year, Sam Perkins is shooting 50%, and he is tough.
Well, they really go to him down in that baseline area. Now, you see, you must be concerned. He likes the sweeping hook in the lane, but he is also very, very tough on the baseline fadeaway jump shot. Now, we know that he's an excellent defensive player, but he plays within whatever the team is doing. And I know when he was talking about leaving Dallas, Richie Atabata, you know, they said, boy, we're really going to miss him because he's a primetime player for you and loves the pressure. Now, to come here, they had to come up with $19.2 million over a number of years. But when you think about it, the way that the salaries are going astronomically today, this is a steal because he's a young player and he's going to be here for a long, long time.
Sam moved into the starting lineup back on November 15th, and that started a 13-4 run by the Lakers. Speaking of runs, Boston 3 of 11 this quarter, LA 5 of 14, as Perkins and Teagle have accounted for the last 8 Laker points. And it's the Celtics by a pair. Lewis on Teagle. The veteran from Golden State last year forces it up, won't go down.
Excellent defense by Lewis. Lewis got a good piece of that shot.
Larry Bird, I don't know if we get a shot. You can see him laying down in front of Boston's bench. On the top of your screen, he is laying on his stomach. His physical therapist is with him, as we mentioned, first back-to-back games because of his back problems as Lewis gets on the board again.
See, with this group out on the floor for the Celtics, you've got to go to Reggie, and you must get him in the action. That was smart basketball. Clearing the side, let him go one-on-one.
Now Perkins tries to go baseline. Pinckney cuts it off. Teagle pops to the top.
Nice play.
A lot of scrambling going on. Shot clock down to 3. Smith will fire it up from long range. Gamble has Pinckney down court. D. Brown decides to take it down. Lewis. Tip. Pinckney can't get it to go. Knocked out. All belongs to the Lakers.
Now, you know, Ron, with this Laker unit out on the floor, they have done a much better job in transition defense, you know, defending the Celtic fast break than the first group. They are not getting the easy shot attempts.
You saw Larry Bird taking a breather. Trying to alleviate probably some of the pressure off his back. Divac. Fine, the forearm in his back. Vlade spins. Shot won't go. Gamble with the board. Vlade Divac having his problems after that career effort against Minnesota. Celtics by 4. Inside of 4 minutes in the second.
Another clear out.
Gamble with AC Green on him, and he gets the bounce.
Yeah, I like it. That's smart basketball. You know, this is not a continuity team out there for the Celtics. This is an explosive off-the-dribble group. Gamble and Lewis, terrific off the dribble.
Well, Smith had D. Brown, but he held up, and then D. Brown picks the pocket.
Those long arms and big hands.
As we saw in the slam dunk contest. But I seriously doubt if he'll be closing his eyes tonight. He says a lot of notoriety has come his way, but it's part of the job. Lewis forces it up, and he drains it. The continuation counted.
See, wear it out. And that's exactly what the Celtics are doing. Another clear out, another one-on-one. They're going to force the Lakers to either double team it or to change the defensive assignments here. Now, this is just smart basketball. See, they had to get this guy going. He's too good of an offensive threat for you. Anytime that you have a guy averaging 18.5 a game and he shoots such a high percentage at 48%, you must get him his shot opportunities.
When Larry Bird went out at 7:06, the Celtics held a 3-point lead at 39-36. It is 47-39, and I think that has to be a very positive sign for Chris Ford. Your star goes out, you up the lead.
All you ask your second unit to do is keep the game even, and if you can, you know, try to get us a little bit of lead. Just don't go in there and play one-on-one basketball. Play team ball.
You mentioned Kevin McHale out with that sprained ankle. Is not dressed tonight. Perkins takes the big step. Good defense by Reggie Lewis. Celtics go on 3-on-2. Here it comes to Lewis. Doesn't get it. Tipped up and in by Kevin Gamble.
Come on, always use the board. Always use the backboard from the angle. But that was excellent offensive rebounding by Gamble.
Celtics by 11. Their biggest lead with 2:50 remaining to be played in the first half. They are on an 11-0 run. We come back, the final 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Well, it is not a full timeout. Greg Willard at the last second. The official said L.A. only wants a 20-second timeout, Hughie.
Well, they have to regroup here and redefine who they are going to. Now, they continue to go down in here to the right side of the basket in that post-up situation. But the Celtics, this group that's out on the floor for them defensively, very, very quick. And they are getting back down inside now on Perkins the last 3 times and either forcing a double team kick out or a strip. And now you're going to see it right here. Now just watch how quick they get over there. Now you see there are four green shirts on Perkins. And then here, now lay it up off the board. Don't try to swish that shot. Here's an excellent offensive rebound by Gamble.
Well, we're playing dueling timeouts because the Boston Celtics have called a timeout, leading by 11.
Shine a light on you, shine a light on me. Keep your footlight shining for everyone to see.
Every day, more and more people are getting together over an ice-cold Bud Light.
Well, you can taste it, you can feel it, you know you got it right. 'Cause everything else is just a lie. Just keep your Bud Light shining. Just a light. Shine on.
3M salutes the Olympic athletes who found a better way. Whose ideas were so original, there's no going back. That same innovative thinking helped us invent Post-it brand notes. And the way you leave messages has never been the same. 3M, innovation working for you.
Tonight's leaders brought to you by Nissan, built for the human race.
Sometimes I dream I'm in Italy, driving this incredible sports car. And my boss is there. He says,
"We need a ride to the shareholders meeting."
Now, here's where it gets weird. The sports car has 4 doors. I mean, there's no such thing as a 4-door sports car. It's just a dream, right?
And it's time now for our Nissan leaders field goal percentage. How about 4 of the top 6 here tonight with Gamble, Devons, Parrish, and McHale. Buck Williams of the Blazers, of course, leading that category. And we are back to action. James Worthy will kick it in for L.A. They trail by 11, 2:48. Larry Bird back in the lineup with 5 assists, 5 rebounds, as Boston has only turned the ball over once. Magic trying to make something happen, and he does.
Well, that was forced. The Celtics could not have played that any better. Good defense on him on a single, and then also came down and double teamed him that time.
13 first half points now for Magic Johnson. 9 in the first quarter. Siegel on Lewis, pulls the trigger and he buries it.
See, there's that clear out again. Now they are 4 for 4, and they are going to force the Lakers to come over and double team and get the ball out of his hands.
Now it is Magic Johnson on Brian Shaw. Shaw slaps it away, and I tell you, both players were slapping at each other.
You know what I like about that matchup? That's like 2 cats fighting in a little box. You know, Magic only has a few inches on Shaw, and Shaw is banging Magic and has the long arms and can contest that shot when Magic gets into the lane.
Magic Johnson, 2 straight MVPs, 3 of the last 4. 8 years straight, first team All-NBA as Byron Scott comes back into the lineup, and Terry Teagle will take a breather.
And then when you look at Magic, he only has 5 rings.
That's right, in 6 60-win seasons.
It's like Bird says, listen, he said, all I want is another ring. He said, it's been a long time, since 1986. Right. He says, Magic and I are only in this for the rings.
They're going to meld them down. Speaking of, if Boston wins tonight, it'll match their best record in a 50-game pace since that 85-86 season.
See, they forced the double team.
Shaw tries to go baseline on Magic. Gamble left alone, and he buries it.
Tough shot. I would continue to double team because the Celtics spacing is not real good tonight. They're getting clusters of people. I would force them to hit that jump shot.
Worthy the patented turnaround. 13 for James.
The Lakers need Worthy and Byron Scott to get cooking here.
Bird from way outside comes up short. Magic with the board. Magic can't get it to go down. Worthy keeps it alive over Parrish, and Parrish will be whistled for the foul.
Strong move by James Worthy. But see, once again, Shaw did get a piece of Magic Johnson's shot in the lane. You know, the big man, Robert, is really working. So they come down in there, they get a piece. Now watch what happens here. Excellent attack right here, James Worthy. Good pump fake. Froze Parrish. Did not allow Parrish to leave and block that shot. Anytime you're down in that area, if you can gather your feet together, do the pump fake first, get that shot blocker up in the air or freeze them, then you attack.
The numbers on James Worthy tonight. Worthy 1 of 3, 13 points, as the clock says 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining in the first half.
You don't see that very often. James Worthy, 82% foul shooter, always outstanding throughout his career.
Bird outside, quick pass inside to Parrish. Puts it up, won't go down. Scott with the rebound.
Lakers just take their time now, get a good high percentage shot or get on the foul line again. We're right back in this game.
Magic wants the ball. Shaw on him. Magic using that right arm to try to push Shaw off. Really good looking pass inside to Perkins. Shaw comes up with a loose ball.
Perkins got caught behind the backboard. Even if he caught it, Ron, he couldn't have scored.
Handball!
Yes, Boston Celtics.
Little exclamation point on that one as the Celtics backed up by 11 with a 5-second difference between the shot of the game.
Once again, we take you to the top of the show. Mike Dunleavy said we must stop the transition game first.
Byron Scott, you said he needs to heat it up, and he gets 2. 4 for Scott. Celtics will go for 1. They lead it by 9. They led by 8 at the end of the first quarter.
High pick and roll. Gamble never should have picked up this good one.
Lewis over Divac, coming as the buzzer goes. Oh, my, what a way to end the quarter, Hubie.
Yeah, but he knew that guy was going to cut down the middle and take that pass for a layup.
And here it is again.
And because of Chris Ford's tie, that's why they're executing like this. Watch this great pass right here. Beautiful feed and way to end that play.
And we have finished 24 minutes at the Forum in L.A. The Celtics lead it by 11. Stay with us as Ernie Johnson in our studios in Atlanta with the Prudential Halftime Report. Scores and highlights next.
Tonight's NBA game is brought to you by Nissan, built for the human race.
Let me tell you my fantasy. I'm driving with the stereo on, the sunroof's open, just me and Michael, winding our way to this little bed and breakfast in my Nissan Stanza. Oh, I know, as fantasies go, it sounds pretty tame. But you should see my real life.
Alka-Seltzer's Laws of Indigestion. Law number 7. The one food you cannot tolerate will always be served by your in-laws.
Have some salt.
Law number 13. After a good party, any part of the body that can hurt will. Law number 1. The more you suffer from acid indigestion or heartburn with headache, the more you need Alka-Seltzer. Alka-Seltzer, because there's no law against fast relief.
Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. Just ahead, the Prudential Halftime Report. We'll update you on all the Friday night action, including the Jazz and the Blazers, who are going at it right now in Portland. And we'll check in with Nicole Watson. She's at the tavern owned by John Stockton's dad, Jack, in Spokane, Washington. And they're watching the Jazz and Blazers.
The sports car I want is a Nissan. No, the one with super high steering. No, the other one with super high steering. Yeah, the 240. And I tested it someplace curvy. No, I mean curvy. No, I mean really curvy. Then I'd listen to some music.
Having my baby.
No, I mean real music.
Yes!
I have a dream. His dream was that all blacks and whites and everyone can work together, live together, and play together. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. What I felt Martin Luther King believed in and what he stood for most than anything was the right for all people, human rights. My poor little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today.
People themselves must understand that this dream is a whole picture and that this dream is one of total equality, not just for black people, but for all people.
Free at last! Free at last! Thank God Almighty! We are free at
last! The Prudential Halftime Report is being brought to you by the companies of the Prudential. Come to the Prudential and build your future on the rock.
Halftime at the Great Western Forum, the Lakers trailing the Celtics 58-47. Ernie Johnson in Atlanta with the Prudential halftime report. Two other games still ongoing at this hour. Crosstown in L.A. at the Sports Arena, the Clippers 66-49 over Minnesota at the half. And in Portland, the Blazers lead Utah 63-60 late in the first half. John Stockton, the NBA assist leader, has 10 at this point. He has 8 points and 3 steals. He's emerged as one of the league's elite point guards. Coming out of tiny Gonzaga University, he has risen to heights he never dreamed of.
The NBA wasn't a goal. It wasn't an idea. I didn't think I ever had a chance. I hoped someday that I'd get a chance to try out, and that was really as far as my hopes had gone. I didn't expect it, and I guess when everything happened, the Olympic trials and a few of the postseason pre-draft camps, they called them, happened, I was surprised just to be invited to them. So I guess everything's been gravy for me after college.
In 6 previous NBA seasons, John Stockton averaged 12 assists per game. He's averaging 14 a night this year, and he is among the league leaders in steals.
You have to have good teammates to be able to do that. You can't go out and play a passing lane, for example, and attempt to steal if you don't have good, solid defense behind you. And Mark Eaton is a very solid defensive player. He blocks a lot of shots. He intimidates a lot of people on their shots, and it gives you more freedom than you might have if you didn't have a 7'4" center that can block shots. So, again, I benefit from him. I benefit from Karl Malone's ability to score. Thurl Bailey's, now Jeff Malone's. Without somebody putting the ball in the hole, you never get an assist either. So, yeah, you have to put everything into perspective and know where your bread is buttered.
Well, Stockton was born in Spokane, Washington, playing his high school and college ball there. And his exploits are being followed via satellite by the patrons of Jack and Dan's Tavern, owned by John's dad, Jack Stockton. And that is where our Nicole Watson can be found tonight. Let's check in with her right now. Nicole?
Well, Ernie, as you can tell, we're having a great time here at Jack and Dan's. I am with Jack Stockton, who is John's father. And I noticed at the beginning of the game, Jack, you kind of snuck off. You weren't here for the start.
Well, you can't really hide in here, that's for sure. But I like it a little quieter than it normally is in here. But we enjoy the game the way it is.
Tell me about your business here. Since the Utah Jazz has been doing really well over the last 3 or 4 years, has your business flourished?
Well, I think if you talk to my partner, he'd tell you the same thing. It was a pretty darn good business before the Utah Jazz ever came up this way, but it sure as heck has helped.
Okay, well, why don't we talk to your partner? Dan Crawley is Jack's partner in the business. Jack, Dan, tell me about how long you guys have been in business.
We've been here 29 years. Be 29 years in March. Yeah, John was born a week after we formed our partnership 29 years ago, and he sure helped it.
I noticed that when the games come on, that everybody's real enthusiastic. As soon as John gets the ball, they kind of go crazy.
That's the time to cheer. We go crazy then, that's for sure.
Jack, John told me a couple of weeks ago that when he gets done and he retires, that he's going to come back here.
He has to. He has a hell of a tab here.
Okay. Well, we're in a tavern, of course. We got some armchair athletes and coaches. We're going to kind of go over here and ask some people what they think the Utah Jazz should do for this game. It's kind of a close one. Hey, what do you think the Jazz need to do to get back in this one?
Well, I think it's always tough to win in Portland for any team. And Carl's been making some shots they usually don't bank on, but I think if they get John and Carl going the 1-2 game, no stopping it.
Well, E.J. Rick, you know, everybody's an expert, but there's one thing that's for sure. The fans here are definitely rooting for the Utah Jazz.
Geez, Nicole, I never would have guessed that. Nicole Watson in Spokane with the fans there watching the Jazz and the Blazers. We'll have highlights of that game coming up as the Prudential halftime report continues.
I couldn't raise the money to save the orphanage. I guess I'm a failure.
Larry Milligan from Wall Street. I've invested in their future. All you needed was some faith.
And friends.
In the movies, happy endings are easy, but in the real world, they take solid planning. So for peace of mind, investment advice are the home of your dreams. Come to the companies of the Prudential and build your future on the rock.
With the Lakers trailing the Celtics 58-47 at the Great Western Forum, the Prudential halftime report continues. There are 7 games on the Friday night slate. One of them, the contest that has them glued to the screen at Jack and Dan's in Spokane, the Jazz and the Blazers. Let's take a look at some of the early action. Blazers 25-2 at home. But it's Utah out of the gate fast. Blue Edwards gives them a 6-0 lead, and John Stockton will add to that. You know they were hooting and hollering at the tavern on this one. The steal, and he sails in alone for a 15-4 Utah lead. Terry Porter cuts into that. The shootout runner-up from the promised land cans the three. They're down 21-17. The Jazz come back. Thurl Bailey, sweet baseline move, beats Duckworth. 8-point lead at that point. Right now, though, Portland has come back on them for a 67-60 halftime lead. Portland leading Utah. The game you saw earlier tonight here on TNT, the Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers. End of the first half. Look at this gem by Mark Jackson. About a 70-footer for a 39-34 lead. But Danny Ferry was the story. Scored the first 12 points of the fourth quarter for the Cavs on his way to a 19-point night. And the Cavs on their way to a 90-85 win over the Knicks. That's 3-0 for the Cavs since the All-Star break. Denver Nuggets and New Jersey Nets, the man, Derek Coleman, career-high night, 42 points, wheels and deals over Joe Wolf. And it's New Jersey exploding for a 138-110 win over Denver. The Washington Bullets and the Dallas Mavericks at Reunion Arena. The Mavs on the run. Rolando Blackman, the big gun, had 28 on the night. That was game high. And his backcourt mate for the Mavs, Derek Harper, chipped in with another 17. Three-point play here makes it a 13-point lead. They're on their way to an easy 121-96 win over Washington. Bernard King held to 14 points in 28 minutes tonight. The Milwaukee Bucks and Charlotte Hornets needed overtime at Charlotte Coliseum. The Bucks with 24 points out of Alvin Robertson on the night that they trade Ricky Pierce to Seattle for Dale Ellis. They beat Charlotte 106-103. And the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Los Angeles Clippers at the LA Sports Arena. Minnesota trailing the Clippers at the half 66-49. Just ahead, the second half as the Celtics visit the Lakers. And a reminder that on Tuesday night, we stay on the trail of the Celtics as they meet the Suns in Phoenix. That is Tuesday night on TNT.
My goodness.
Come on. We'll fix this place up. We're Winchesters. I wish I never heard of 1636 Cherry Lane.
This is 1639. That's 1636.
In the movies, happy endings are easy, but in the real world, they take planning. So for insurance, investment advice, or the home of your dreams, come to the companies of the Prudential and build your future on the rock.
The Prudential Halftime Report has been brought to you by the companies of the Prudential. Come to the Prudential and build your future on the rock.
This is the week to buy Sears Easy Living Premium Paint. Because during Sears President's Day sale, both satin finish and low luster semi-gloss are at a remarkable price. On sale through President's Day. Only at Sears.
In making an artistic statement, one's personal aroma shouldn't do the talking. So I use Right Guard Sports Stick with maximum protection. A true artiste should be known for inspiration, not perspiration. Right Guard Sports Stick. Anything less would be uncivilized.
When you watch This Week in the NBA, you see more than just basketball. You get the Mailman, Magic, Sir Charles, and Mr. Robinson's Neighborhood. It's more than just another basketball show. This Week in the NBA, Sundays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern on CNN.
The Boston Celtics are the giants of the East. 3, 5, 4, 5. But KJ and the Phoenix Suns are the giant killers of the West. Timber! The NBA on TNT, Tuesday at 8.
Bigger than life.
From the Wild West to the mean streets, Clint Eastwood has enforced his own style of law. Now, you can own his greatest movies with the Clint Eastwood collection from Time Life Video. As a gritty cop or a gunslinging renegade, Clint delivers non-stop action and some of the most famous one-liners in screen history. Go ahead. Make my day. Start your collection with the good, the bad, and the ugly. The classic Western where 3 sharp-shooting outlaws try to outwit and outshoot each other for a fortune in Confederate gold.
Put your drawers on and take your gun off.
Other videos include the outlaw Josie Wales, plus Dirty Harry and Magnum Force. There's no commitment or minimum number to buy, and you keep only the videos you want. So call now for the good, the bad, and the ugly. Here's how to order.
To order your first video, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, call 1-800-421-2000 or send just $14.99 plus $3.23 shipping and handling to Clint Eastwood Collection, P.O. Box 105264, Atlanta, Georgia.
Ernie Johnson back in our Atlanta studio. On Super Sunday, the Lakers kick the Celtics around pretty good at Boston Garden. Tonight, it's the other way around as Boston enjoys an 11-point lead. At the break, the stars have come out at the Great Western Forum. Jack Nicholson's there, Kevin Costner is there, Ron Thulin is there, Hubie Brown is there, and there they are, guys.
And Ernie, I just want to let you know that Diane Cannon told me to tell Ernie hi and that she had a great time last week. Explain that to your wife, Cheryl. As you mentioned, Ernie, it's the Boston Celtics. They have led the entire way without Kevin McHale. Now, we talked at the top of the show, Hubie, that Mike Dunleavy was concerned about Boston's transition game and their pick and roll. Update us on it.
Well, I think that we're definitely seeing a transition game. The majority of the baskets are scored inside of the painted area. And if you look at all of this, Boston has 26 field goals, 18 of which are in the paint. So you know that they're doing an excellent job out there. And any time that they clear a side, they're forcing the Lakers to make a major decision here now. Are you going to double team us, or are you going to continue to play us one-on-one? You play us one-on-one, we're continue to beat you off the dribble, break your defense down, and make the easy pass.
Well, let's take a look at some of the highlights from that first half. And, of course, it was Robert Parrish early on.
Now, here is the excellent defense. This is the one where Perkins caught it behind the back, but he couldn't have done anything with it anyway. This led to a fast break, and you'll see the Celtics at their best. You'll see the slam dunk coming from the right-hand side with Gamble here. Now, also, they've caught on to Perkins. Perkins is having a very tough night tonight. That's another turnover coming into the lane. They've stripped him again. Now, when you think about the top of the show, we were talking about Vlade and also Perkins getting it done here. And between them, they have a total of 7 points, and they're being outplayed at both ends of the floor.
There we see the turnovers. The Celtics only 1 turnover, and the points off turnovers, the Celtics have 11 points off turnovers.
Perfect execution for the road. There's your slip of the pick on the pick and roll, and this is Robert really doing it. And when you think about it, Parrish had such a big first quarter, and they expanded the lead in the second quarter with Bird only scoring 2 and Parrish 0.
And, of course, Parrish finished with 21 first-half points. The field goal percentage, the Lakers with just 45%. And 8 straight, the last 8 straight, for Boston, their opponents have shot under 50%. And that is holding intact tonight as we look at the Chief, Robert Parrish.
Chief got him rolling early. And we say now, in the majority of their games, Boston Celtics are very, very big in the first and third quarter. And if you're LA right now, you've got to come out smoking defensively. Now, in the first half, LA had an abundance of wide-open shots. They just missed the open opportunity.
Let's see what Magic Johnson and company can do now. Vlade Divac's back into the lineup. AC Green starting the second half from the top of the key, and he's got it.
Now, last year, he used to get that shot an awful lot and knock it down. That's his pet move, that and the slam dunk sliding down the middle.
Lakers, 14 straight wins at home. Looking for number 15. They've already had one streak come to an end this week as Lewis a little more aggressively, as he told us before the game.
See, from the wing, Ron, he is outstanding. 2 bounces, and he's somewhere close to the basket.
Worthy tries to go inside from about 19. Divac rolls one around.
Let's see the difference. Celtics are inside the paint. The Lakers are outside the paint.
Lewis pushes off. Divac tries to get a hand on it. Scott with the rebound, but we've got a foul, and that will be on Lewis, and that'll be his second personal foul. First team here in the second half.
Now, Mike Dunleavy concerned. Chris Ford, realizes his team is executing a perfect game for him so far. But Mike Dunleavy's point is that he's concerned offensively. Can they run their sets against a good half-court defensive team? The toughest team to score against in this league, shooting percentage-wise. Boston Celtics.
Divac, Parrish on him. Cook fakes one way, goes the other, throws the line drive down.
Yeah, that was a tough shot. That was really a tough shot.
Well, the Boston Celtics have never had a losing West Coast trip with Larry Bird in the lineup. Right now, their lead is cut to 7. Bird, the patented fall away won't go down. Parrish with the follow. Count it.
See, with the Chief, and when McHale is here, you must put your body right into their chest and move them out. Both guys, their arms are so long, they can be behind you, reach up and just snatch it away from you.
Parrish now with 23. His season high is 26. His Worthy wheels and deals for 2.
James has just got to open up his game. He's got to show more than the lane move. Take it in, drop step, just like that last one, but go quick.
Shaw, down low, Divac guarding Parrish, the double team by Worthy. That leaves Gamble free for the jumper. He can't get it to fall, and Worthy with the rebound.
So you must make the Celtics go perimeter, and that's what I like by double teaming. That will force them to make the outside shots.
And that is exactly what most felt they had to do to win tonight, is hit the outside shots. Worthy from the foul line. Worthy with 4 in the second half, and that cuts the 11-point halftime lead of Boston down to just 5 with 9:18 showing on the clock. Still a lot of basketball left to be played in the Forum. We'll be back in a moment.
Tonight's NBA game is brought to you by Chevrolet, who invites you to see why more people are winning with the heartbeat of America. And by Dutch Boy. Year after year, Dutch Boy paint is the look that gets the looks.
160 horses. That's what Chevy S10 packs into the biggest V6 engine ever put in a compact pickup. Enough power to help switch more truck owners to Chevy last year than to any other truck. The move to Chevy is becoming a stampede. More people are winning with the heartbeat of America. Now it's easy to win with the heartbeat.
This is never going to work. Hey, relax. Anybody can send them roses.
Excuse me, we didn't order these. Ian, what's this?
Hi.
Did they really expect us to call them?
I'm telling you. Hello.
Nothing beats the Bud.
Celtics by 5 with 9:18 left to be played in the third quarter.
Now, the reason for the Celtic timeout is what you're going to see right now. Their game plan was not to double-team Magic Johnson as he's standing holding the ball. You'll see Gamble over here because Magic will always make the perfect pass. Their game plan was to double-team him when he dribbled the basketball. Because, see, anytime you commit on Magic before he makes his move, he now has all day to pick out the pass, or if he wants to at the last second, split the double team.
And I think Magic Johnson almost would like you to come over and double team. The majority of the time he says, come on over. It gives me more options.
Look, the Lakers are 5 for 5 this quarter. Magic has 3 assists.
And now the Celtics have to get something going offensively. Bird almost throws it away, and then he does. Only the second turnover for Boston. Is it costly? Magic loses it. Turnover number 7 for the Lakers. Shaw inside. He's got it.
Wow.
Big-time move, Huey.
Let me tell you, at the other end of the floor, that was outstanding defense. 2 Laker guys chested Magic Johnson, bumped him twice, forced him, to lose the ball.
And Mike Dunleavy wasn't sure if Chris Porter wasn't sure if some of the young guys can play that type of game where they're going to be grabbed and bumped, and they did it there. Baseline, Worthy tries to dish it off to Divac with 3 on the shot clock. The Lakers will have it.
Celtics quickness of foot right there. You saw 3 guys get to that double team on the baseline.
Worthy will trigger it in. 3 on the shot clock quickly. AC falls away in and out. Larry Bird with the rebound. Number 6. A little too hard again to Gamble, who did have the pass to the hole.
It's nice to be on a team when you're a young guy, when you know that every time the shot goes up, that Parrish McHale.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You can start getting out on the lane. You got 3 lanes for him.
Shot on the way by Worthy. Bird with rebound number 7.
Main thing is the Celtics cannot slow down. They've got to keep putting the pressure on the Lakers.
Parrish, the high archer, count it.
Like we said, do they have the stamina to continue this pace?
Parrish now with 25 as Magic goes to the hole, but is whistled for the foul. Brian Shaw picks up the foul.
Now keep an eye on Shaw. Now watch how he's going to bump Magic. Boom, there's your first bump. All right, then as he comes down inside here, there's Parrish to take the next bump. And Magic never said a word because he realized that if they called anything, they would have had to call a charge. How about this shot? Shaw has been just terrific. I mean, degree of difficulty on all of his penetration shots, 10. without a doubt.
Exactly.
He gets 10.
And he's got A.C. Green now goes out of the lineup. Sam Perkins checks back in, and Chris Ford wants Larry Bird to be physical with Sam Perkins. As Magic Johnson gets the second of 2. Johnson now 5 of 6 from the line.
Well, they can't play Perkins any better than they did in the first half.
Shaw still in the game for Boston, playing with 3 personal fouls. Tries to get a pretty good-looking pass inside to Reggie Lewis. Goes out. Still belongs to Boston.
I was disappointed there, Ron. Larry Bird was wide open in the corner, but when Shaw dribbled the ball twice, Bird then was covered. Just make the pass.
Parrish. Shot clock at 4. Backs into Divac, and we'll have an offensive foul called on Robert Parrish. That is his second.
That's okay. Next time Robert gets it, he'll bump him 3 times and say, I want to see you call another one on me.
Exactly. You talk about the experience. McHale, Bird, and Parrish, 38 years experience. The rest of the team, young pups, just 28.
I like this. Force the Celtics to do something here.
Basketball is not a physical game, right, Hubie? As Magic Johnson is grabbed by Shaw inside, won't go down. Divac tries to tip it again. Parrish, the outlet to Shaw.
Vlade's got to knock those home.
Lewis inside, count the basket and the foul.
See, that was a big play. Because at the one end, Divac has a potential dunk, and he doesn't get the score. Now watch this pass. This has got to be a two-handed dunk. A strong move. See, he misses the play. And what happens? Boom, they get that rebound, they kick it deep, and then here you have a potential three-point play. There it is.
Reggie Lewis, 5 here in the second half. 14 for the game. He averages just over 18. And he showed his great running ability and quickness in the open floor on that one.
This is the first time that you're seeing the Celtics play this year. You are understanding what they mean by transition basketball. The break is back.
Worthy looks at the 3, passes it up for Divac deep in the corner as the shot clock goes down, and Magic Johnson with the offensive board. To Worthy. Count it.
A lot of body banging, but when you have 2 of the best defensive teams playing one another, you know, that's bam-bam. That's totally accepted at both ends of the floor.
Speaking of, Larry Bird throws his right arm into James Worthy, and then the fall away comes up short. Divac with the rebound. Scott, the pull-up. Tipped into the hands of Divac, inside to Perkins.
They're the ones the Lakers must convert. The gimmies have been there all night for them.
7-point Boston lead, 5:45 left in the third.
Gotta go inside. Byron Scott is on Parrish.
Gamble has to kick it back out. The running jumper on the way by Shaw won't go. The outlet to Scott. The Lakers start to run, hold up. Magic to Worthy. Slips and he goes down, and he is grabbing his right foot.
Yes, indeed.
James Worthy is still down, and you can see that bend from where we were sitting.
Yes, indeed. That gave way on him. You couldn't tell whether he hit a slick spot. The ball boy's out there now wiping the foot. Now just watch as he makes his move right there. See, the foot gave way on him, the right foot.
Well, James Worthy looked at Gary Beatty, the trainer, as Gary was halfway out of the court as soon as he saw it happen. And James says he's okay.
That was a very smart foul down here because the Lakers were definitely down a man, and they really had a solid opportunity of scoring.
And that foul was on Magic Johnson. His first. Celtics by 7, 5:20 in the third. Celtics aren't usually successful in their half-court offense. They told us before the game the shooting percentage between their pushing game and their half-court is almost a difference of 20%. Byron Scott as we go inside the 5-minute mark in the third quarter. There's the double team on the dribble. Magic almost throws it away. Goes to Divac. Perkins. Parrish with the rebound. Number 6. In case you just joined us, Celtics led by 11.
Here's that clear out.
And here comes Magic. He has a 3-on-2 to Divac. Oh, no reverse slam and counted.
And the people love the reaction. Now, just watch this play. You'll see Magic come over. Gamble lost the ball. Now, just watch as he makes the catch. He turns his body. Now, watch this. Turns the body overhead. Gets the foul. Now, watch his reaction. He gives it to the fans. They love this. They love this guy here.
And he misses the free throw. This is exactly what happened the other night against Minnesota. Vlade Divac took over in the third quarter after Magic Johnson told him in no uncertain terms to pick it up a little bit. Magic now with 13 assists.
Lakers are doing an excellent job in fighting them this quarter, Ron.
5-point Celtic lead. Ball slapped away, but Boston will have it with 8 on the shot clock. D. Brown checks in. AC Green comes in for L.A.
The Lakers have definitely moved their defense up a notch. Everybody who's dribbling now for the Celtic is being contested and double-teamed early, forcing them to stay more perimeter than they were in the first half.
Lewis, the pull-up jumper goes down.
Well, if you continue to hit those jumpers.
Yeah, that sort of helps. 16 points now for Reggie Lewis. Something on the court. Hugh Evans stops the action. Magic says keep it going to Vlade Divac.
See Magic going down inside again to post up. This time he's got Lewis on him. Last time he had Shaw. Shaw did a nice job in bumping Magic outside and forced him off of the low post area.
You saw the emotion of Vlade Divac. Magic Johnson told me, he says, we feed off his emotion. We like that emotion that he shows on the court. Turnover by Boston. No, LA's got it back. Sam Perkins goes hard to the floor.
4 seconds.
3 seconds. 2 seconds. They're not going to get it off anyway. And we've got a whistle and a foul as there was a scramble on the floor.
Ron, Sam Perkins is really struggling in this game tonight. His ball handling leaves a lot to be desired. And any time that he's being double teamed, they either strip him or they are forcing him into a bad passing angle.
As you said, that James Worthy gets up off the bench. Let's see if he comes in for Perkins. Perkins, of course, has that left foot problem that he got in Tuesday night's game against Phoenix. The Chief kicks it back out to Brown, who wheels it to Lewis, who dishes off to Gamble.
You must make the Celtics beat you from outside, especially if Bird is out of the line.
Magic to the hole.
Now this is a dangerous group for the Celtics out there right now in this building tonight. If they can keep the Celtics in front of them and double team and force them to kick out, high priority of hitting the outside shot.
We talked about Boston having a good third quarter, but right now they are struggling, and Robert Parrish tries to put an end to that. 27 for Parrish, his new season high.
Divac did a very poor job in muscling up on Robert that time.
Now Magic Johnson backing in on Lewis, takes it easily to the hole with the left hand.
So you're a youngster watching tonight. Magic Johnson can get a shot every single time he touches the basketball. But he's so totally unselfish that he'll always go to the open guy who he thinks has a higher percentage shot than himself.
Lewis left alone, and he buries another one. Parrish has been the hot man, though, for Boston. 12 of 15 from the floor as Larry Bird comes up off Boston's bench. Perkins, the left-hander.
That's the first time tonight we've seen Sam really facing the basket and receive the pass.
1:45 left in the third. The Celtics lead it by 5.
There's a clear out.
Parrish dribbles it off his foot, belongs to L.A., and we've got a timeout on the court. 1 minute, 39 seconds left in the third quarter, and the Celtics lead is just 5.
Which 4x4 half-ton pickup gives you better ground clearance, Chevy or Ford? Both try to drive over this protected camera cage. First, the Chevy, plenty of clearance. But the Ford, cameras don't lie. No wonder more truck owners switched to Chevy last year than to any other truck. When it comes to ground clearance, more people are winning with
Heartbeat of America.
Now it's easy to win with the Heartbeat.
I spent the last 20 years trying to buy clothes to hide my thighs. And now I'm showing them off.
These tapes really put great biceps on me. I even show off to my husband. Say, look at that, honey.
You, too, can get in shape in only 8 weeks with the Sports Illustrated Super Shape Up program, a free video workout system sponsored by Diet Pepsi. Taste the right one. It features Sports Illustrated swimsuit models Elle McPherson, Rachel Hunter, and Cheryl Teagues. Call now. You'll start off with Stretch and Strengthen with Elle McPherson, which will have you feeling stronger and more flexible. Then move up to Body Sculpting with Rachel Hunter to help tighten up those stubborn areas that don't go away. And finally, Aerobic Interval Training with Cheryl Teagues, which helps your body burn calories and fat more efficiently. Call for the Super Shape Up program, all for 3 monthly payments of $19.95 each, or use your credit card. With payment, you'll get free equipment, hand weights, and the jump rope. So call now.
My clothes were fitting looser and looser, and I started feeling real good about myself.
The score in the forum, the Celtics lead the Lakers by 5 as we look at tonight's Chevrolet scoreboard from around the NBA. Portland leading Utah. Portland and the Lakers Sunday night here, and that is a big ball game for both teams as Los Angeles came into tonight's game 3.5 behind Portland. Dallas winning big in Washington. And in a game you saw earlier this evening, Cleveland over the Knicks by 5. Jersey by 28 over Denver. And we are back to live action as Mike Dunleavy, Randy Funn, and Bill Burke and their assistants look on. Bird just 3 of 11 from the floor, but he does have 7 rebounds and 7 assists. And he is back on the court. Pinckney has also checked into the lineup for Boston. Less than a minute and a half left in the third. Byron Scott in and out to follow.
Byron Scott can be the benefactor here from now to the end of this game, because if they continue to double team Magic, he will be wide open in the other corner, opposite of where Magic is posting up.
Bird forces one over Worthy. Perkins battles for the rebound. Boston has it. Perkins really playing center now for the Lakers. Bank shot goes down.
Reggie Lewis has come to life. Ever since they cleared the side and gave him those 3 opportunities, he is definitely on a roll now.
20 for Reggie Lewis, 11 here in the third quarter. Perkins working on Pinckney, blocks the shot. His 26th of the season. Lewis stops, pops, and he has the feel now.
Oh, he's smoking now. He's really going after it.
We talked about aggressiveness and confidence prior to the game, and he is getting more and more of it as this game progresses. The time remaining. About a 2-second difference between the shot and the game. Magic is fouled by Lewis.
That was a smart play. They called for that. They knew that they could foul and take it on the side. The next one will be the penalty.
Lakers only with 3 team fouls. Very well played third quarter on the part of both clubs. Gamble gambles and he wins. And Magic doesn't pick him up.
Time.
All the way, the shot. That should be goaltending. Let's see if Hugh Evans calls it. It looked like it was tipped. Or was it? Foul was on Green. That's his first personal.
Anytime that you're outsized and you're defensing a guy in a low post and you get caught behind him, in this league you will see the people, they will gamble. They will come around on the baseline side and try for the steal. Now you'll see here, right here, here's Gamble. See, he knows that he's being posted up by a 6'9" guy. He's giving him 3 inches. He gambled, and he did an excellent job. Continued down the floor. Got himself on the foul line, opportunity for 2.
And with just 0.5 seconds, he can give the Lakers an 81-72 lead heading into the 4th and final quarter. Gamble gets them both. Perkins wheels, throws up the left-hander. Oh, almost went down. Hit the back of the iron, but it doesn't go. 3 down, 1 to go. And as we go to break, we'll look at the prayer by Sam Perkins. The Celtics lead by 9 with 1 quarter left.
Dutch boy, that finished Dutch boy. The look,
that gets the looks. Use Dutch Boy Satin Finish paint. It's the one finish every room should start with.
He works hard for your money.
Hey, what's that?
Oh, that's that new Chevy. It's an APV.
An AP who?
Yeah, it's a code. Top secret. We're talking adjustable composite panels. See that? Zero gravity modular seats.
Oh, yeah?
Resilient luster cup polyurea fenders, and it's got this
Chevy Luna APV. A very original way more people are winning with the heartbeat.
biorhythms.
Biorhythm?
Yeah.
Now it's easy to win with the heartbeat.
Yo, Mike, do you know how you defy gravity? Do you know?
Yes, Mars. I overcome the acceleration of gravity by the application of my muscle power in the vertical plane, thus producing low-altitude Earth orbit.
Man, Money, that's some serious smarts. Where you learn that?
In school, Mars.
Mr. Jordan, do you have something you'd like to share with the rest of the class?
Yeah, don't be stupid. Stay in school.
Do what Michael Jordan says.
Stay in school.
Yeah, I sure can. We have just about hourly flights here.
6th of October, United flight number 725.
Sure, I'd be happy. I'll help you with that. And your flight number?
Arriving in Tokyo at 5:10 p.m.
Both animals are also confirmed. You're welcome. Thanks for calling.
Business class.
Yeah, but I think you're
In a world fraught with phone frustration, people who fly come to learn of a singular exception, where wishes are granted with efficiency and grace.
Delafria Stokowitsky? Is that with an I or a Y?
United Airlines. Come fly the friendly skies.
81-72, the Celtics by 9. They led by 11 at the end of the first half, and now their lead only down 2 from that with 12 minutes left to be played. Now it comes down to execution again for Boston in this half-court offense. A.C. Green pounding Kevin Gamble out front. Lewis with Teagle, who's checked into the lineup, will throw up the air ball with the rebound controlled by Boston. They'll get a fresh 24.
Boy, that was terrific defensive pressure by Terry Teagle.
Magic Johnson on D. Brown. The slam dunk champ has it cut off. Pinckney gets Divac up in the air, takes it inside, and count it.
Celtics are just playing a perfect game tonight. Everything, they melt the clock, they get right down within the last 2 to 3 seconds, and they come up with something good.
Worthy from the baseline, wheels around a couple of picks. D. Brown is knocked down to the floor. There'll be a loose ball foul on Los Angeles, and the foul is on Terry Teagle. We've got some bonus coverage tonight on TNT. Now let's go to our studios in Atlanta with Ernie Johnson, who will direct us there. Ernie?
Thank you very much, Ron Thulin. Our bonus coverage comes to us from Memorial Coliseum, Portland hosting Utah. You're going to be hearing Hot Rod Hundley and Ron Boone, and at the same time, we'll take you to Jack and Dan's in Spokane, where there's Jazz fans are watching. Here we go.
Thank goodness for instant replays. We're able to catch that.
Rod Hundley along with Ron Boone. Here in Portland, it's 91-79 Portland. Well, Brad Rock, who covers the Jazz for the afternoon paper in Salt Lake City, would like to say hi to Dennis and Velma Rock up in Rexburg, Idaho.
Hi, Dennis. Hi, Velma. I said for him.
So we got him covered. All right, on the line, Duckworth. Duck will shoot a pair for Portland with 2:28 remaining third quarter. Duckworth with 11 points. Free throw good. And he'll have another. Tomorrow night, radio only, Minnesota at 7:30 at the South Palace. And then Monday afternoon, the game's at 1:30 with San Antonio. No television, radio only again. So be with us for that one. 1:30 start Monday with San Antonio. Duckworth makes them both. He has 13. 93-79. Utah trailing Portland. Delaney right front court left. Andy Ainge is in to check him. Up top to Bailey. Out of back Cliff Robinson. Mike Brown is in for Utah, replacing Karl Malone. They'll go to the Mike over on the angle left, straight away to the Griff. Darrell right side of Delaney. Take a three. He'll whip it base right open. Bailey from 15. A shot no good. Mike Brown tips it up and in. Good play by Mike. His first 2 points of the game. Oh, we have 2 minutes left, third quarter. 93-81 fourth. Danny Ainge with the ball. Danny had a big first half. Ainge scored 15 first half points, and he got 11 in the second quarter. Portland scored 40. Down the middle, Buck Williams drive, put one up in the left hand. He's fouled by Darrell Griffith reaching.
Well, just make sure they don't mistake that for 53. But Darrell did foul him as Buck Williams driving to the basket. He has some offensive ability that he doesn't use a lot. At New Jersey, he did score quite a few points. This team, he does not have to shoot the basketball as much.
How about Cache Valley Cheese? There you see bonus coverage on TNT, 93-81. Portland with the lead over Utah. Didn't take you to Jack and Dan's. They're pretty quiet right now with Utah down by 12. Let's go back now to the Great Western Forum, the Lakers and Celtics, Ron Thulin and Hubie Brown.
Thank you, Ernie. AC Green misses the shot as we come back. Celtics still lead it by 10 with 9:41. Ron Thulin, Hubie Brown from the Forum in Inglewood. Reggie Lewis has picked up his 4th personal foul while we were away. Lewis gets it off the back of the iron. Worthy with the rebound. Once again, Boston playing without Kevin McHale. Sprained foot, sprained ankle.
By the Celtics getting back so quick defensively, they're forcing the Lakers every time to be in a half-court offense. No easy field goals.
Shot by Brown goes down.
The little jump shots are not 20-footers. They're all inside of 15, 12, 10 feet.
Inside, and James Worthy cutting through the paint. 21 now for Worthy. Bird has already played better than 32 minutes in this ball game. Shot will go down. Divac with the rebound. That's back-to-back games. Larry Bird has played more than 32 minutes in each.
Well, they need a couple of stops, the Lakers, and in a few easy field goals here, and they'll be right back in and get the building back in this ball game.
Right now they are not, because their Celtics aren't, or their Lakers aren't putting a lot of points on the board. A big crowd of people. Ball belongs to L.A.
Vlade Divac just came from the opposite side of the lane, knocked over 2 guys like a bowling tournament, and had the audacity to knock the ball off of the Celtic out of bounds.
That's called hustle there. Hustle by the big Yugoslavian, who's was a partner in the Yugoslavia national team, Stojko Brankovic for Boston on their bench. As Terry Teagle drops one down from the left side. Teagle with 8. And the Celtic lead is just 8. And Chris Ford says, I want to talk about it.
Doing an excellent job. See, he's not allowing the Lakers to make long runs. He's used this 20 seconds, and he's used his timeouts. You know, excellent strategy by Chris. Doing an excellent job keeping the building out of the game.
Even in the world of convertibles, rarely has one button done so much. Suddenly, you're sitting in the lap of luxury in the new Infiniti M30 convertible. Your foot is on the accelerator of the 3-liter V6 engine, and your head is in the clouds. The new M30 convertible from Infiniti.
Why do fools fall in love? Why do opposites attract? Why do gentlemen prefer blondes? Why do women have all the answers? Why? Ask why? Dry. Cold filtered for smooth draft taste. Dry brewed for no aftertaste. Because if true love's not the answer, true refreshment must be.
Coming to TNT Sports this spring, TNT shows more playoff games than anywhere else. This summer, TNT's live coverage from Havana. This fall, Sunday Night Football returns to TNT. And next winter on TNT, the ultimate competition. See it here on TNT.
That's Cindy Costner on the right, and some guy named Kevin Costner on the left, a dear personal friend of Hubie Brown.
Oh, yeah.
I saw you talking to him between. Look at, he's looking for you, Hubie. Somebody say Hubie? Kevin Costner, what a great movie. All the Academy Awards, and as you might expect, the stars are out tonight. 8:05 left.
Really loved the game, and attends an awful lot of the Laker home games.
Now the Celtics back down to business. Larry Bird back in the lineup. He slaps away James Worthy's left hand, turns, fires, nothing but air.
He's been off the front of the rim or air. from that side of the floor all night coming out of the pivot. Worthy has done an excellent job enforcing that.
Well, we mentioned the 37 minutes last night at Golden State. Better than 32 tonight already as Teagle takes it strong to the hole.
Baby. Oh, speaking of difficult shots, that was like a hop, step, and a jump.
I tell you, his former coach, Jim Haller, who does the Dallas Mavericks, coached at Baylor, just went out of his seat on that one as we have a foul. That is on Teagle.
Appreciate the extension here. Now, you'll watch. See, he has nothing, but look at it. Watch what happens right there. Off the glass. Presence of mind to bang it home.
Larry Bird, you talked about it, Hubie. He has missed his last 7 field goals. Let's see if the Celtics go to him again. Lewis puts it on his hip, but he didn't walk with it. He held it.
Hey, Teagle is really all over Lewis. You know, has been for the last 5 minutes.
Now Worthy switches to Gamble as he takes it in with the left hand. My goodness.
Give them their due. They continue to beat you off the dribble with the clock almost going off again.
And their lead is back up to 8. Divac tips it into the Boston bench. It'll belong to the Celtics. 6:48 left to be played. 87-79 is our score. Chris Ford and the Celtics up over Mike Dunleavy and the LA Lakers.
See, both coaches know this is a major test for their offenses tonight to execute in the half-court game. And they were both kind of skeptical about whether or not they would see what they wanted.
Robert Parrish puts a left elbow into Vlade Divac's neck. Then he gets Divac up in the air, and he buries it.
Boy, they've hit the rainbows. When you think of Lewis and the Chief tonight with the clock down, hitting the long ones, but more important, the high rainbow arc. Both guys.
29 for Parrish. Teagle tries to answer. Gamble shoves A.C. Green into the backing of the backboard, and Gamble will pick up his 3rd personal foul.
See, no coach coaching in this game tonight would say a word to Gamble. He's giving away a lot of inches out here at that small forward position. And any time that he's trying to climb to the board, he's not going to allow A.C. Green to get inside offensive rebound and lay it back up and in.
A.C. Green will take a seat. Byron Scott comes back in the lineup. Scott just 2 of 8 now from the floor.
Now, this is interesting because they have Scott, Teagle, and Magic in there. So they're moving Teagle up to that small forward position, playing Worthy at the big forward.
Mike Dunleavy liked the 3-guard offense he ran against Minnesota Wednesday night. He's got it in there now. Johnson fakes the 3, runs by Shaw. Worthy, the runner, it won't go.
They just cannot get on a little hot streak. Everything, when you think they're going to put 2 or 3 baskets together, it will happen just like that. The ball will just pop out on. See, this was smart basketball. He knows that Magic will give it right back to him as soon as Bird double teams. This is the way it's been all night. The ball is in and out for them.
22 points now for Worthy. Chris Ford looking on. He is now 3 of 5 from the line. 23 for the game, and the Celtic lead is back down to 8 with 5:45 left. Magic eyeing Shaw.
Oh,
now
boy.
Parrish levels Divac.
Something here.
And they don't.
Yeah, well, they should have called something. Divac popped Parrish. Parrish threw an elbow back and really popped Divac.
I mentioned it the last time down the court that Parrish was putting the right elbow up into the Adam's apple of Divac.
Well, they call that position without pads.
I call it pain. I call it pain. Now it is Worthy. Bird comes out to meet him. Worthy should get the best of Larry Bird, and this time Parrish with the rebound.
The Celtics have done such an excellent job in forcing the Lakers to run the clock, but then not allow them the rotation of the ball for the open shot.
Parrish with 8 boards.
If you don't double team, no one is open.
Shot clock inside of 10. Larry Bird for 3.
Come on, that took a lot of nerve. The Celtics this year only take 3 threes a game. This is a team in the past that shot as many as 9 and 10.
4th lowest in the NBA as far as 3-point attempts, but that one is good by Larry Bird. The Celtics by 11, 4:50 left.
that gets the looks. Use Dutch Boy Satin Finish Paint. It's the one finish every room should start with.
Dutch Boy, he works hard for your money.
Did you know that you can send beautiful flowers like these anytime, anywhere to anyone by calling one phone number? The number is 1-800-FLOWERS because now more than 10,000 of America's finest florists have the same telephone number, 1-800-FLOWERS. All you need is a telephone and a major credit card. Just pick up the phone and call 1-800-FLOWERS. 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, toll free. 1-800-FLOWERS. We're the 24-hour worldwide florist.
And here's tonight's Dutch Boy in the paint. It is the center matchup between Parrish and Vlade Divac, and it is all Parrish. 13 of 16 for 29 points. There's the offensive rebounds, though, however, going to the Lakers. Let's take a look, though, at Larry Bird in the three-point shot.
See, this is what we said, what you get with Larry Bird at the top. We're talking about courage. Right here, he launches a three. He had just missed his previous 8 shots. But what happens here now? You're inside of 5 minutes of the game. The young guys are starting to waver a little bit. Your offense isn't functioning. Larry Bird has the courage to step back and launch a three-point shot and then have the audacity to make it because he is shooting over 40% in threes this year.
He has made more threes than any other Celtic has attempted. Teagle inside, gets everybody up in the air, and Parrish comes up with a loose ball, but we'll have a loose ball foul, and that'll be on Vlade Divac. That is his 4th. Well, this program is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the National Basketball Association solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited. 4:30 left to be played. Celtics by 11. Their biggest lead has been 12. There's the pick and roll, but Divac cuts it off, and Divac will pick up his 5th personal foul.
That was excellent hustle by Divac, though. He was trying to cover. Bird had no idea where that ball was going. You're going to see, we're going to come out and show you this pick and roll. Now, just watch. See, this is a bad pass. The ball is too high. As Larry's going, see, he can't get a good, he stumbles, but here comes Divac coming across. He thought that he could get to it.
Divac has to sit down with 5 personals, and Sam Perkins comes back in to man the center position.
Kind of surprised because, you know, we're inside of 4 minutes and 10 seconds here right now. I'm surprised that they took Divac out.
Bird on Teagle, the fall away high archer by Reggie Lewis, and everything is falling for the Celtics.
Did we say that Reggie was not getting enough shot opportunities in that first quarter?
He's getting them now. Bird has a triple-double, points, rebounds, and assists now. Scott looks at the 3. Inside to Worthy, back to Scott. Magic for 3, doesn't get it. Larry Bird with the rebound.
See, this Celtic defense is for real. The shot blocking has been there, the quickness of foot keeping you from penetrating, bumping you, and their double teaming has been excellent.
Larry Bird with 3 triple-doubles this year, misses the 3-pointer this time, and here comes Magic Johnson as the Lakers find themselves down by 13. The biggest lead of the game for Boston. The shot slapped away by Brian Shaw.
See, they're back leading the league in shot blocking, not just because of Parrish. You know, Kevin McHale is in the top 10 in shot blocks, but with Lewis and Shaw, you have 2 other guys out there that can get a piece.
And this is something unusual. The fans begin to head to the stands as this game is far from over, but Reggie Lewis is trying to put the lid on it now. And the Celtic bench erupts.
We are seeing just outstanding basketball by the Celtics. The defensive end, yes. The shot clock going down, high degree of difficulty, terrific shot opportunities, and their main guys are doing it.
This week on NBA Inside Stuff, Michael Jordan can do it all on the court, but you won't believe the moves he's making in his new music video. Utah's Karl Malone. He's a star in Japan. He's a star in the movies. Now this NBA star is planning for the future. It's an up-close look at the NBA. Get the inside stuff. Tomorrow, check your local listings.
It's the looks. Use Dutch Boy Satin Finish. It's the one finish every room should start with.
What do you call a car that has learned to use the wind? A car designed to settle in when you race into it head on and stabilize when it buffets you from the side. Road and Track called it one of the 10 best cars in the world. But it is probably better known as the Infiniti Q45.
Celtics by 15 with 2:50 left.
Well, they're definitely struggling in this quarter. The Lakers are 3 for 13 from the field, and they have no points down inside in the power game. Now, I think tonight the Celtics answered the question, can Bird play back-to-back? I think so. Can they put together out on this road trip, you know, 2 beep-beep types of games coming from Seattle to Golden State and then follow it up at half court and running the execution? They've answered a lot of things here tonight.
And now Terry Teagle and Sam Perkins play catch. Magic to Perkins for 3. Doesn't get it. Rebound will be controlled by the Lakers and Magic Johnson. Scott for a 3. Doesn't get it. Worthy slaps it back out.
But you notice the hand pressure by the Celtics. They're chasing everything.
Perkins, the third 3 won't go down. That shooting percentage is going south.
Every time a Laker launches a shot, a Celtic is running at him. I'm not saying they're intimidating, but what they're doing is applying the pressure and making you think about them.
The Lakers have not led since early on in this ball game. It has been all Boston. They led by 8 at 1, 11 at halftime. Celtics turn it over, and Reggie Lewis gets it right back. The Lakers now just 1 of 11 on 3-point attempts.
Now see, they're going to back it out now, run some clock, take some time, get into their pick and roll, which they love to run.
Shaw taking his time. He looks inside for Gamble, but instead Lewis launches it. Parrish with the rebound to Larry Bird. Well, thanks to LA missing their last 10 field goals, Boston has opened up a 15-point lead. And now it is Gamble on Magic. Magic just lets him go, and he gets the rebound. And apparently Boston will go to 38-5. They get over 100 here.
Well, you know, you think about this. They're up in Seattle, down 8 in the third quarter. McHale goes down. You would say, my gosh, how can we do it? They rally, win the game. They go to Golden State, a team that is really hot at home, 15-4 in their building. A beep-beep type of team, they blow them out. Score 128 points without McHale. Come in here tonight and say, at least I said, that they needed their low post game in order to beat the Lakers. But we covered ourselves, I think, by saying that they needed a big game from Parrish and a big game from Bird, that neither guy would get in foul trouble.
Exactly right. Let's take a look what's coming up for both teams. Both teams have lengthy road trips coming up. First of all, at Denver, at Phoenix, and New Jersey, who really is a road game.
Absolutely. There's 5 games. Now you say, well, what's the big deal with their schedule? That's because they have played 5 more home games at this time. They've had the luxury of being home for a long time.
How about the Lakers? Talk about an extended road trip. How about following the game Sunday at Portland? They go down to Texas, to Atlanta, Detroit, Philadelphia, and then Denver.
That's going to be an interesting trip for them. You know, they're playing a lot of teams in here that they should be able to handle, but once again, it is an extensive road trip.
Well, if Boston, and apparently they will hold on to this, it will end Boston's 14-game home win streak. And, of course, on Tuesday night, we'll have more action coming up on TNT. How about Kevin Johnson and Brian Shaw from the Veterans Memorial Coliseum in Phoenix, Arizona? It'll be Boston and Phoenix, Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Right here on TNT. Join Bob Neal and Doug Collins for all the action. That'll be Tuesday night.
I think tonight, Ron, the disappointing part of the game has been the fact that Devonts, Perkins, and Byron Scott were taken right out of this basketball game. That is a good stat right there. And we're seeing a lot more of that, holding people under 100 points. But anytime that you lead the league in shot blocking, that you're second in the league in rebounding, and field goal percentage against is the lowest in the league, your defense can cover for you because you have such explosive offensive players here with the Celtics. 6 guys averaging over 13.9 points a game.
That's a lot of baskets as Mike Smith, number 11, has checked into Boston's lineup. He has the ball along with Joe Klein.
Lakers scrambling here now in a little bit of a trap.
They've semi-cleared their benches. Eldon Campbell has checked into the lineup, and he bats it away into the hands of Byron Scott. Bird played 40 minutes. 11 points, 11 rebounds, and 10 assists. His 3rd triple-double of the year.
Well, he has that ability. We've seen it through the years. When he's not shooting well, it just seems like he ups everything else.
Campbell throws it up. AC Green can't get the follow. Talk about Eldon Campbell. That is a player that Jerry West, Mike Dunleavy and company very, very high on. Is look at AC Green.
Well, they look at their ball club and they say, Eldon Campbell, you know, 6'11", a shot blocker. He's right from here, Inglewood High School, before he went to Clemson to play his college basketball. They love his talent. The thing that they say, though, is how can we get him minutes?
That's right.
You know, right now they're loaded up front.
Talk about a player getting minutes. Tony Smith, wearing number 34 out front as D. Brown comes into the lineup. Brian Shaw will take a seat. He leads with 10 points on the game, but Tony Smith, he was in the right place at the right time. When Larry Drew wasn't playing well, Magic gets hurt in the Chicago game. Smith steps in, plays well. Now he's getting minutes, and Mike Dunleavy's finding him minutes.
Well, anytime you're a first-round draft choice, meaning like Campbell, and you get on a great basketball team, it's like almost death. You're not getting a chance to play. All other guys are playing around the league that you think that you're better than. They're getting major minutes, and it's very hard to digest when you're a young man, 22, 23 years of age.
Boston looks like they'll go to 38-12 on the year. That's their best mark in that many games since their title season of 85-86. Smith tries to get on the board, and the former BYU star does just that.
The thing that you like about the Celtics, they are now 15-8 on the road.
And this was an impressive win as Boston wins it handily. Once again, the final from the Forum in Inglewood. The Celtics 98, the Lakers 85. Ernie Johnson is our studios in Atlanta, and then we'll be back with our Budweiser player of the game. Stay with us.
Thank you very much, Ron Thulin. The Celtics win by 13 at the Forum. They lost at the Garden by 17 on Super Sunday. As we check the board in the NBA on this Friday night, the Denver Nuggets and New Jersey Nets. New Jersey gets a career night out of Derek Coleman, 42 points, 138-110 the final. The Milwaukee Bucks and Charlotte Hornets went to overtime. The Bucks take it behind 24 from Alvin Robertson, 106-103. By the way, Ricky Pierce, if you haven't heard, was traded by the Bucks to Seattle for Dale Ellis tonight. In game 1 of our doubleheader here on TNT, the Knicks and Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland wins it by 5. Danny Ferry had a hot 4th quarter to lead the Cavs. Washington Bullets and Dallas Mavericks. That one goes to Dallas big. Rolando Blackman 28, Bernard King only 14. In the 4th period, the LA Clippers on the verge of snapping a 6-game losing streak. They lead Minnesota 109-90. The Utah Jazz and Portland Trail Blazers are bonus coverage game tonight. Portland with a 105-98 lead as they play in the 4th period at Memorial Coliseum. Coming right up here on TNT, it is Inside the NBA. Hannah Storm has all the highlights. Inside the NBA, so many highlights, you'll be begging them to stop, as we are apt to say here on TNT. The Boston Celtics winners over the Lakers at the fabulous Forum tonight. We'll send you back there for the Bud Player of the Game, Ron Thulin and Hubie Brown after this.
It's Ross. Your bid came in this morning. How soon can you come down for a face-to-face?
Hi, Philip. I need you here for some planning meetings. Just let me know when you're
Business is tough. The least your airline can do is make sure that business travel isn't. That's why United offers the most service across the U.S. and the Pacific. United, rededicated to giving you the service you deserve. Come fly the friendly skies.
Hey, Phil, I sure hope you haven't unpacked your bags yet, pal.
When creating the new G20 midsize luxury sedan from Infiniti, these were just a few of the amenities we kept in mind. Seating surfaces that are fitted with leather, a cabin that heightens the level of comfort and stretches the limits of space. Of course, with 16 valves and 140 horsepower, that mind also has an alter ego.
In this room is a remarkable entertainment. It can make you laugh. Or change moods. It'll take you around the world. It comes with 50,000 people to help. It does more, faster. Yet for all you get, it costs amazingly little. It's AT&T long distance.
Flying from the top of the key is easy. It's the landings that kill your feet. That's why I fly with the pump from Reebok. When I pump up, my size 13s get support, protection, and a custom fit. So, Michael, my man, if you want to fly first class, pump up and air out.
Switch to the greatest sports performance shoe in the world, the Reebok Pump. Pump up and air out.
Tonight's NBA game is brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers, who reminds you friends know when to say when. And by Infiniti, who invite you to test drive their full line of luxury automobiles.
Once again, our final score, the Celtics win at 98-85, breaking LA's 14-game home win streak. And tonight's Budweiser player of the game, none other than Robert Parrish. The 37-year-old hit for a season-high 29 points, had 10 rebounds to go along with 2 blocks. Robert Parrish, our Budweiser player of the game. And be sure to stay with TNT as NBA action continues. Tuesday night, it'll be Larry Bird and Tom Chambers, and that all gets underway at 8 o'clock. And coming up next on TNT, it's Inside the NBA with Hannah Storm. Once again, our final, the Celtics win at 98-85 for Hubie Brown and our entire crew at the Forum in Inglewood, California. I'm Ron Thulin. Thanks for watching, and good night, everybody.